Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. So pretty much it's time to pull the motor out of the Del Sol. I got the B20 VTEC pretty much fully prepped for the most part. Just a few little things to clean up. I am going to take the valve cover off today. I'm going to wrinkle paint it because it's all old and gross, and then trying to get another distributor cap. I don't know what distributor this is. I think one of you guys sent me this like 2 years ago when I first did this. I thought you said it, whoever it was, I texted AD and asked if he remembered. He said he thought it came off a B16, but according to O'Reilly's part numbers, all B16s take the same distributor cap, and that's not what this is. B16 one is smaller, so I think this is more or less a GSR one, so I have one coming here to O'Reilly's soon. I will take this off and go match it up. Other than that, I do want to do a little bit of upgrades to the motor. I want to do like an AEM fuel pressure regulator and fuel rail and stuff, but you know that's not necessary. It'll work. My only concern was I don't remember why this was so close to the intake right there, but you know it worked before, it'll work now, and I'll just upgrade it later. And then yeah, I gotta get the half shaft still, but other than that I got everything else. Oh, you guys gotta see these mounts though. So I talked to Keith at work. If you guys don't know who Keith is Brian Gillespie's brother. He is the owner of Hasport. But stupid mosquitoes. But I talked to him. He's let me make some payments because I didn't really ask the car to get sponsored. Brian's already given me enough. I didn't need another set of mounts. I'd rather just work for him. So this Keith just gave me because this is basically what I make all day. So he's like, you make those, you can just have it. But then, just to have that extra pizzazz, I got a P30BB is our part number block bracket for the B series. So this will replace this right here. So look a lot nicer. But yeah, so this is just a little bit of icing. But look at these bad boys. Look at how clean those are. So yeah, I mean, yeah, so I will be running these anodized blue. If you guys didn't know, we do sell anodized mounts. You can get anodized in just about any primary color. I mean, shoot, almost any color. We've done like different shades of gold, gunmetals, blues, reds, yellows, pinks, purples, all of it. So that's kind of what I'm doing with that. Even though I'm not sponsored technically with this car, I did want to go out on a whim and advertise because although I hate the 9-to-5 life, I do like who I work for. Brian has taken very good care of me over the last like year and a half, and I feel like I could just return the favor a little bit by throwing out a little bit of free advertising out there using some anodized mounts. And you know what? They look sick. They'll match the car perfectly. I thought about painting the valve cover blue, but I think that'd be a little too much. But yeah, I mean, yeah, so I'm gonna pretty much just jump right into this because I'm not gonna go out down to O'Reilly's right now waiting for them to call me. So obviously, yeah, I just gotta, I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just pulling the motor, cleaning the bay, like degreasing it, and then wire tucking the headlight harnesses. So it should be pretty simple. I can have almost all of this done today. And then I have to fill a rust patch under the battery box that I think I told you guys about last time when I was putting the AC stuff in. But yeah, I have to delete the power steering for a little bit. Actually, no, I changed my mind. I may have to delete it. JB sent me a delete line, but I haven't asked my coworker if he has a power steering bracket. If he does have one, I will continue with using power steering and I'll make my own bracket for my secondary tensioner. If he does not, then I will be deleting it temporarily until I can source out another one, like have time to go to a junkyard, you know. And yeah, I mean, that's it. Welcome to the video, guys. Didn't mean to drag that on almost 4 minutes. Let's get started. So car's up off the ground. Gotta turn the air compressor on though. Hardly ever use this thing anymore because I'm so used to using my electric tools, but I'm gonna need to get the crank pulley and stuff off.
fluids are draining. Training fluid and coolant's draining right now. Oil's already drained. So while the coolant dribbles for the next 20 hours, it seems, I'm gonna go ahead and pop the axles out, and with doing so, then I can start working on the rest of the stuff. So if you're new to this, getting the axles out, separate the lower ball joint from the steering knuckle, swing it to the side, and just pop it right out the tranny and pull it out the back of the knuckle. Really, really easy, usually. Sometimes you need a little motivation. By motivation, I mean like a 3-pound hammer and a big old pry bar. But you know, we'll see. I've removed these axles, I don't know, a couple times, so they should be easy. While getting the axles out, I found that I planned on doing all of my bushings while I have it out, trailing arm bushings, full energy suspension kit and stuff, but now it looks like I'm going to be having to do inner and outer tie rods, well, not necessarily outers, but definitely the inners, because look at that, definitely not supposed to be doing that. And I don't remember if I replaced the ball joints on this when I first got the car. I think I did, but I don't know for certain. So if I did, I'm going to just warranty them out. And then if I didn't, then they're cheap enough at O'Reilly's and stuff. So I'll be doing lower ball joints, and I'll pull the rack, and I'll do the inner and outer tie rods. And just because it's so much easier with the rack off. And the boots are torn too, so I'll have to get boots for it as well. But now that the axles are out, fluids are all drained, I'm gonna start working up top here and getting all this stuff taken care of. You know, battery out, disconnect all the fuel lines, the electrical connectors, take the power steering pump off, unbolt the AC compressor and bungee cord it out of the way, and undo the motor mounts, and then pull it out. Just about ready to come out. Just got the T-bracket to disconnect and the engine mounts, and then I'm just working on getting the AC compressor off right now. I don't want to take the AC compressor out with the motor, like I said. I just want to dangle it because I don't want to discharge the system. But yeah, I got to take this power steering bracket off to release the tension on the belt down here to pull everything off. But I know I've told you guys this 100 times, but for the shift linkage, the easiest way to get it off is to use one of these long skinny AC compressor bolts that holds it to the pulley or to the bracket, and then yeah, just use that to knock the bitch pin out. Makes it super easy. Engine is ready to come out now. I got the T-bracket off, AC compressor, exhaust, shift linkage, harness. Engine harness is still on the engine. I'm just taking that off when the engine comes out because some of these connectors are being a bit of a pain. But yeah, it is all good to go. It is just held in by the left and right mount right now. So I'm gonna go round up to Harbor Freight really quick, get some gloves and a few other little miscellaneous things. And I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna pull this out and yeah, making pretty good progress. It's only been, I think it's 3 hours on the dot now. I started around 8:30, it's just after 11 now. But I've been taking breaks, you know, playing music and then had some food and stuff. So really not that bad for doing it by myself with a completely bone stock car with some difficulties with some of the parts. Went and got some more gloves now. I am good. I got the motor chained up, just about to pull these motor mounts loose. Yeah, everything else seems to be good to go. So let's get this done and get it out so that way I can get to cleaning, because there's a lot of dirt in there. Really gross, lots of grease. I don't know. This motor, like I said, it runs good and everything. It's just got leaks, but I don't know how long it's been leaking, because this stuff is in every nook and cranny. So it's gonna be a lot of cleaning today too. Well, I got the motor out. Definitely not easy by yourself, especially when you're leaving like the AC and power steering lines in the way. That was very frustrating, but it's out. It's coated in oil and gunk and crap. So I'm gonna just go ahead and push this off to the side. My brother's gonna clean this up for himself. And then I gotta pop the tranny apart, or separate the tranny, and because this is actually Giovanni's tranny. If you remember him, he hasn't been around in a couple months, but he's just been working and whatnot. But yeah, he was letting me borrow this transmission when my last one cracked. So I'm gonna take this apart, give this back to him, and in the meantime, I got some cleaning to do. So it looks like the weather is kind of almost coming against me. Not too sure yet exactly if it's gonna rain. I haven't really checked my phone, but in the meantime, I'm gonna douse this all with some purple power. Nothing really is getting saved from this. It's all getting drenched because this is all filthy. And the wind's blowing in my face. But yeah, I'll set you guys back up on the tripod, and we'll get this degreased and power wash it, and just keep going back and forth on that. One of the things that I picked up because I didn't feel like going to the junkyard, and we make them down at work, is the block bracket. So here it is, all nice and billet. Even got a little Hassport mount man up there. But yeah, so I gotta take this old one off. I already took the crank pulley off because I do have to switch to a B20 crank pulley because I have the stock DA one on right now, or had. Don't really remember why I put it on. It's been 2 years, so it is what it is. All right, so. And with these, you're just reusing the stock hardware. I mean, I guess you could go get shiny, nice bolts, but I'll do that later. For now, just trying to get this done. The engine bay is pretty much as clean as I'm gonna get it. I got a little bit of sanding to do because I gotta touch up some spray paint in the corner. It's a little rusty by the battery tray. But once that is good, then the engine bay is pretty much done. I do need to get a power steering bracket though, because I don't know if JB accidentally forgot to send me the rest of the lines, or if I'm just not seeing something here. But I kind of just want power steering anyway, so it's more tedious, yeah, to get it all together and make it work, but it'll be worth it. All right, there we go. This has definitely proven itself to be quite a bit of work, but you know, I got like 4 days to get it done. So this is where I'm at now. I do want to clean all that up, but seeing as this is the daily, I am just trying to get the motor swapped. Yes, I want to try and clean it up a bit. That's why I power washed everything out and degreased it. I'm gonna just rattle can some of that blue right there in the corner that's all rusted out, and just, that's pretty much gonna be it, honestly. Probably get some new heater hoses, but other than that, I'm gonna wait to do everything drastic until later on. Maybe eventually I'll end up K-swapping this or something, but whatever I do next time I have the engine out and stuff, I'm gonna be sure to go through, do all the brake lines. I do want to stitch weld this just like I did the Integra eventually. Now is just not the time, because I do, like I said, have kind of a time limit to get this done. Basically got 2 engine swaps to do this weekend, mine and that motor into the Civic. So trying to work with what I have and get it done efficiently. So now that this is all done, got it taken out, I gotta pop the fenders off. That way I can get the wire tuck started. Obviously run it in the wheel wells, and then I just priced out the rest of the stuff, so I need about $300 worth of parts yet, half shaft, axles, blah blah. So should hopefully have that all by Friday. Axles are probably going to be special order, so those will probably show up at O'Reilly's, I don't know, maybe Friday, Saturday. But motor is pretty much ready, so I'm pretty stoked, yeah. I'm going to just clean up a little bit. I'm not going to start working on the suspension till probably
I don't know, I'm gonna do it while the motor is out, so it's easier to access and put it all back together. So once the motor is like completely ready to go back in, then I will start ripping the suspension off. Another thing is, I never noticed, but I have some sort of alarm system in this car. Never worked since I've owned it. Don't have a fob for it, so I don't know what's going on with that. Check out these mounts though. So I only have the one put on right now because this is the rear one, this is the tranny one. But yeah, totally stoked. These blue look awesome, or this blue looks awesome. Alright, so along with the fenders coming off and such, I gotta take the dash out because there is some, you know, it's just easier to pull all the wires through without that in. And there is some wires that I am getting rid of underneath here, like that extra alarm system or whatever that is. So yeah, it should be pretty easy. I know I gotta take the cluster out. I've never taken the dash out here before, so I'm assuming cluster, a few panels on the side, just like any other dash. Is usually like 4 to 6 bolts holding it in place. Take the center console out, you know. Should be pretty straightforward, pretty simple. So I'm gonna just start finding all those screws, get that off, and then pop those fenders off, and then see where we are on time for the day there. You literally, on these things, they just clip in, so you literally just slide them forward, and then there's just 2 clips on each one. So 1, 2. Maybe 2, yeah, 2. So, and then this piece right here, this little garnish panel, is just 2 little screws, and then the whole freaking cluster just slides out just like that. I mean, it's held in place with like 4 screws, but I mean, it's that easy to access. The DA, you gotta take all the bezel apart. There's like 3 hidden screws. Such a pain in the butt. So I gotta go grab a smaller screwdriver because this one's too tall. There we go. Good to go. Now to just find the rest of the dash bolts. So I was trying to film getting the dash out, but this thing, I mean, the dash itself came out easily. It's just, I don't know how they stuffed this 37 feet of wiring through there, and as messy as it is. So I've got to clean all this up, especially like all this. Lord knows what this is. So like all these little things, like I think this is part of the alarm system or whatever, but yeah, like these 2 black and red wires right here. Gotta try and follow these because these are what go to that thingy out in the bin. I don't know, this is ridiculous. I did not expect any of this, but you know, it's out, so hopefully we can get it situated, taken care of. So freaking tired. Now that I've dug into this dash a little bit more, I just got the dash harness out, and this alarm goes deep, like it goes everywhere. So I don't know if this used to be wired correctly because it comes under here, it's tapped into like here, falls up here, it's tapped in whatever this plug is up here. I don't know, I've never seen that before. So it's tapped in there, it's tapped into the ignition, which ever since I've got this car, it's had a push to start, and I'm pretty sure, because the last guy that I actually bought it from, who was a subscriber, I don't know if you still watch my videos. If you do, what's up? But yeah, so it always had a push to start since I bought it, so I just left it in there. I figured it was a bad ignition switch. But now that I'm messing with these wires, I'm thinking it's just because the alarm is either not being engaged, or it's killing the ignition, or something. So hopefully by the time this is all said and done, everything's spliced back to normal, my ignition will work as it should. Because if it does, sick titties. But I think I'm gonna wrap this episode up here. It's been a long day. I've been out here probably like 9 hours. Engine is out. I'll leave that my brother to clean that up. We're just gonna throw a few new seals on it, so I might film that, I might not. Just depends on my time. Engine bay, like I said, just clean up that little rust patch, just rattle can it, and then next time I have the engine out, go balls deep in it. And then as for the bushings and stuff, I'm saving that till the engine's completely ready to go in, all the wire tucking is done, so that way I can get the bushings done hopefully just in like half a day, assuming I don't have too much of a problem, because they're pretty easy to push in. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. If you didn't, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you're new to the channel and you want to subscribe, be sure, if you do, hit that bell icon so that way you get notified whenever I upload. Anyways guys, do what you love, forget about the rest, and see you in the next video. Hopefully we make some good progress in the next one. Peace out.